that's a new...
Hello, we are back. It's the second part of the ILFL Soccer Show, and listen, I just wanted to talk about one game that did happen yesterday. PYO may not want me to say anything about it. I won't show you the caption just to spare your blushes, but St Catherine's put double figures against you yesterday. Welcome to 2016, PYO. St Catherine's now remain just 3 points behind these guys. We've been having a little chat out of in the break about what we think St Catherine's might do. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the show. But now we're going to talk about the Vets League. The Vets League, like we said, it started last week. All the games now are here on the screen for you. This is what happened. This is what took place in the Premier Division. Only 4 goals were scored, and they were shared out this way. The Sire Vets beat the reigning champions, the double champions, London Tigers, by 1-0. The St Catherine's Vets, welcome back to the Premier Division. You started off the campaign with 3 points, beating Bromley by 1-0. And Stepney versus Beaumont. How many times have we said that down the years? But the Legends beat the Masters by 2-0. In the First Division, Revive, we spoke about this last week. Rashid was in the studio speaking very confidently, as he always does, and getting it quite wrong, as he often does as well. They lost to Revive Legends by 2-0. Hi, Rash, if you're watching. Bernardo Legends and Tower Hamlets drew 2-2, and the Weavers Vets beat FC Redbridge by 3-0. Can Redbridge continue the form they had last season? We shall see. And here were some of the new teams. Good game between E1 Legends and Mohammedan. E1 were leading that twice, but Mohammedan Vets beat them by 3-2. The Elite Vets went down 3-0 to Riverside, and the B team of Sire Vets beat the B side of London Tigers by 2-0, and that's where I'm going to start, Nanu, with Sire doing the double over London Tigers.
Yeah, that came as a bit of a surprise, I have to say, considering how strong Tigers are, the senior team and the reserve team. You know, I mean, if you look at the player registrations, you'll see the caliber that they have. The big names that they have in, distributed quite evenly in both of those teams, and people were expecting a double win for Tigers, but what happened? Exactly the reverse happened, and I have to say, I'm quite impressed with how Sire have actually performed, bringing in the reserve team. I think they've done a fantastic job. They've got a really good team. A really good team that does, it's a good job all around. So those 6 points would be quite crucial for them. I mean, I know it's 3 points distributed between those two teams, But what that actually says is that Tigers have had a huge blow really early on in the season, and we know from previous experiences that in the Vets League, if you want to succeed, then it's the early games that actually really count, So Tigers have
they went unbeaten all last season, didn't they?
They went pretty much unbeaten, and first game 2016, welcome Tigers, Both teams lose both the games, So yeah, it's tough. The Veterans League is tough, and I think what Tigers have actually failed to do this time round is that they haven't strengthened the teams. All they've done is just quite evenly distributed the players amongst the main team and the reserve team, and they don't have a solid team, like they did the previous seasons. So is that going to be a downfall? I don't know. I mean, all I can see from now is that some of the other teams have become a lot stronger, like Stepney. They look really formidable now. And I think it has to be one of the title contenders now. So, like I said, it's too early to say what's going to happen, but Tigers really need to do something about this issue.
Okay, as always, we have games on a Monday night in the Vets League. Here they are on the screen for you right now. Beaumont Masters, B team, you go up against the Bernardo Legends in the First Division. In the Second Division, the E1 Legends play Sire Vets. Sire, listen, another win, 6 points, and then people will have to sit up and take notice. The Riverside Vets take on Mohammedan, who are fresh into the Vets League. We'll see what happens there. The games are going to take place on Thursday. As you can see, there are 6 games to take place. All the Premier Division sides face each other, as well as 2 fixtures in the First Division and 1 in the Second Division. Let me turn to you, sir, as the vet sitting up here amongst the youngers, with us. Walthamstow Red Star Vets?
It's been muted. It's been kind of we've discussed it, and I was keen to possibly get a team in I think it's just about, because obviously we train on Thursday as a whole team, and quite a lot of the guys who I would like to kind of take as a team are quite involved in terms of the training, in terms of coaching the players and stuff like that. Because, you know, I'm grateful this, like over the last couple of seasons, a lot of the ex-players have kind of come back in, like, and have made the team. I think the team was always a good team, but I think until we had a solid structure in terms of management, that's what's really set us up properly as a team. So those are the guys that I'd probably want to kind of bring into.
So
like
tell me about Walthamstow Red Star. I mean, you talk about a lot of the senior players coming back and galvanising a structure within the club, if you like. Is that what's helped with the undoubted success that you're having now with bringing through players who, you know, and forging yourselves together as a team now? Absolutely.
I think, you know, there's been a lot of history. There's been a lot of history lesson. I mean, you know, we're sort of 25 years now going as a club. Some of the players that we've had over time, like Wakar, and, you know, these guys were sort of winning trophies and stuff, you know, where cabinets were full, and, you know, and then I think we went through a real, not slump, but we just weren't really hitting those levels anymore. And as players kind of had families and this and that, you know, injuries, they kind of unfortunately stopped playing, and then kind of went out of management. And then it was like the team was kind of, I was grateful to the players who were always kind of stood by me and, you know, really made sure that the team carried on. Most importantly, it was our people who were like contributing towards us, you know, carrying on, our sponsors, PC Foods. They really helped us carry on as well. But I definitely think over the last sort of 3 years where Nisar, I mean, he was an ex-player, has come back in, he helped me. Shabir Khan, he's, you know, I mean, he's actually one of the sponsors as well, but he's come back in, he's really sort of just brought in that strength, you know, both of them, because obviously I was trying to manage and play, and sometimes you can't get the mix, you know, you concentrate on your own game, or you're going to concentrate on, you know, how you want to organise the team. And this year with Hamza's dad, Tani, who's got some amazing experience with the sort of, you know, when they were younger, he was helping out with the Asiano Academy, and then he worked with Troy Townsend with the S&T Academy. And, you know, his experience in terms of coaching has just taken us to another level. And I think players are now finding that compared to where we were sort of 4 or 5 years ago, fitness levels are up, ability is up, and naturally we've seen the success of that. Last year when we only had one team, we were sort of ended up runners up in the league that we play in, and we won a cup, and that's kind of galvanised the squad. And suddenly at the start of this season we had sort of, you know, 30 odd players, and I was saying to guys that, look, we really need a second team, because you just don't want to lose that, you know, those players. And that's what we were at one point. And it was only when I spoke to Rashid and I said, look, I'd really like to get a team in, and it's been an amazing success. You know, some of the guys that we've had come in, like Hamza's 16, you know, we can see there's Asanullah, who's, you know, sort of 18, and these are like really young guys. Alex, who's obviously 20. But, you know, there's as elders, we can look at the squad now and say, you know what, this is being built up. I always say to the guys that I don't regard this as a football team. It's a family. You know, that's what it is first. You kind of support each other on the football pitch, off the football pitch. And then after that, it's a case of, we don't look at, okay, how are we going to perform over one season? You know, our vision is, where do we want to be in sort of 3, 5, 10 seasons? You know, we don't want that to stop. You know, we want to make sure that we're leaving a legacy behind. You know, 25 years is a, you know, if that fell apart, I'd be devastated. Exactly. And, you know, so I think I'm glad now we've got a really strong structure. You know, we meet up, there's like, you know, 5, 6 management committee, which is now meeting up on a regular basis, making informed decisions. And I think
it's good to see all those people on the sidelines.
Yes,
again,
absolutely.
That's what I saw when you talk about there being, you know, a real family feel about the whole thing. It's nice to see the people on the side. They're not there because they have to be, they're there because they want to be.
That's
and there's
right.
a real camaraderie.
Well, my daughter, who's the cameraman, or camera girl,
yeah,
should I say?
I've seen
I don't
her.
know if
Yes,
you've seen her.
yeah, I have seen her.
But yeah, she's you know, she will be the first person who asks me, like, is there a game on Sunday? Because you know, she's an avid follower of the team as well, and she loves it. So
It's great.
it is a family feel to
I was
the
just
whole
going to
club.
ask you, Hamza, just very quickly. I've gone from the vets and the oldest one. Now you're one of the youngest. I mean, what is it like to be surrounded by the club the way it is, and some of the players that you're playing with in the team?
The oldest have like encouraged me to join the team, as I've trained with them before when I was at Redbridge. And then I had like one of my old mates like Dion Shaba, who I knew from Asianos, and then it's like I met them up like when I come to Red Star.
And you enjoying it?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Looking forward to getting involved with the big boys then on the pitch on a Sunday?
Yeah.
You look like you kind of have no fear about it as well. You just want to play your football and enjoy it. Is that how it is with you?
Yeah, my football does the talking.
That's what we like to hear. That's what you heard it here first. And going from one confident young man to another, where do you see, I mean, as a player you will have your own personal goals and your own personal targets, and as a member of this club you will have goals and targets. Where can you see yourself and Walthamstow Red Star going for this season and maybe beyond?
I think in terms of, if we're talking about like this season, I think the minimum I'm looking for our team to achieve is winning. That is the minimum that I would any team that I play for. You've always got to strive to be the #1 team, because then people can take notice of you and people can start putting your name in the back of their heads. And I think if we can do that, as well as maybe winning a cup, it's always a nice feeling. Then gradually when you start moving forwards, moving seasons upon seasons, I don't know, maybe getting some new players in or something like that, building upon what you've already got, because we've got a really good structure. I mean, I've only been there for 2 seasons and already I feel like I've been there about 10 years.
Wow.
So it's just that I feel that the sky's the limit really for this team. A lot of youngsters mixed with old players, and I think we've got a really good blend. So I don't see where or why we can't reach.
Sky's the limit. That's what he's saying. They're up against a First Division side in the next round of the Challenge Cup in Seoul Youth. Can they do something?
Seoul Youth, if it was any other team, then I would probably say, yeah, Walthamstow Red Star are probably the winners, the clear winners. But you're talking about Seoul Youth here, we talked about them just earlier on, how good they are, But I don't know, I mean, seeing what you guys have done, the previous results, how you've performed against Tigers, it's 2-2 the final score, and it was a fantastic result, so who knows? I think you might be a clear winner here.
3-2 to London Tigers.
3-2 to London Tigers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You heard it there. First, some confident boys up here. Good luck to the teams playing this evening in the Vets League, and those again playing tonight. As always, we're going to dash off from here straight over there to see what goes on over there. We've got to take another break. We'll come back afterwards and we'll wrap up all the fixtures that are going to be taking place this week, Thursday and Sunday, weather permitting. And we'll wrap up with these guys in the last section of the ILFL Soccer Night show as well. We'll be back after this short break.